This one starts actually with words. It was a long, long time ago. Here in Lapland.
And I coordinate fine arts for Granada School District as well as dance. And I came to this trip to Finland and to other countries, and I am really excited. I am walking away with a lot of incredible new knowledge. I think that we have always thought of the educational system from Finland as a great example of how things are being done right in education.
That they write their essays or they give lecture diaries.
So this has been a really incredible journey in terms of knowing about what Finnish education is all about. I was very impressed by how the educators themselves help students to take responsibilities.
We can trust our teachers. Yeah.
And the teachers trust us.
Yeah.
That's good.
So one of the things that I really liked is how much they incorporate free time and activity and play at all the levels in the schools here. And we got to do this firsthand when we were playing soccer with the Finnish kids at the little elementary school, which to me was the highlight because I wasn't sitting and we were playing with them and we saw how energetic they were. Also, I like the idea of me not teaching them, but them being active learners. And I think that'd be great to use in my classroom.
What I think is unique about the Global Education Allies program is how it allowed teachers from around the United States, different grade levels, to come together on an international trip, and then you were able to learn from different school systems beyond the United States school system and the collaboration internationally and kind of learn how their classrooms are run and how they approach curriculum. And that experience is truly one of a kind.
Guilty ones. It's solving the problems. It's not finding. We don't need a touch. We need a doctor.
I send my family away, and then I get better people into my house. And we had such a nice time. I learned so much about your really, really great education system, and I think there is many good things for me to pick up from the States, and I hope that I have been given something good for you.
And Nunu taught us so much, and being at home we were able to talk with her and learn everything from her, and she taught us even some of the Finnish traditions, going into the sauna and that
and lake and sauna and lake and sauna and lake.
Just the whole experience was very beneficial because you can watch a webinar, you can read a book, but you only get one side of the story. With this experience, it's multifaceted. You get to not only experience the schools and learn from the teachers, you get to learn about the history and the culture as you visit sites. And also, I think that the pre-trip and the post-trip are very beneficial too, because you learn about the cultures that surround that country as well, because so many factors contribute to an education system.
I had the most most incredible experience this summer with Global Education Allies. We're hiking up the mountain. It was so incredible. The saunas, the igloo, we stayed in an igloo and we swam in the river and we got in the sauna. Everything was planned perfectly for the teachers. It was such a great summer, an adventure that everyone should take.
Some of the takeaways I had was the responsibilities that children put on themselves and the passion that they feel to take the best out of every course that they take, whether it's their favorite or not. They know it's leading to their graduation and their goals beyond high school.
The definitive highlight of our trip was the school visits. In particular, I loved that Finnish students had the opportunity to learn a variety of languages. There was the no dead ends policy for higher education. You know, some students are late bloomers, or they have different learning styles, or their interests just don't fit within the boxes that we put them in the American education system. And I just really love to see the focus on helping students to be successful and achieving through their education and in their professional lives.
The lessons you have. Your grade can also depend on how much you're actually trying or working.
Yeah.
Even if you don't always succeed, even if you don't get to where you're supposed to be, like if the answers aren't always right or if the project fails or something.
It's great to go to the Ministry of Education and talk with them. It's great to talk to other educators in Finland. But when I got a chance to hear what the students had to say about their experience going through the education system, that for me was definitely the most memorable moment.
When I traveled to Scandinavia with GEA, I knew I was up for some unique cultural opportunities, but I didn't realize their long-lasting impact. There was a moment that I would say was life-altering. We were foraging for blueberries in the Arctic forest with our guide, and I remember connecting with the natural world on a level that I had not been able to do before. And in that moment, I truly understood the Scandinavian love for all things related to the natural world. And when I returned from that trip, I incorporated that into my lessons for my students. So as an educator, my travel with the GEA has definitely impacted the way I see the world and the way I can show the world to my students.
It's been a few months since I've been back from our Finland trip and kind of studying the education system in Finland, and it's been so fun reflecting and talking about it, even though it's a few months later. And I think the two things that I keep coming back to are there's trust and happiness, and it's inherent. It is built in. It's the layers of trust within the government, within the education system, from students to parents to families to communities to schools. And then the other piece is happiness. And I had kind of a moment of revelation when I was in Finland about happiness. So I've really kind of been on this path to figure out what is happiness in the last couple of months, of really thinking about what is it and what does it look like and feel like, and what can we learn from that difference in Finland.